Well, many citizens across the country are organizing in an effort to support President Trump and the GOP's efforts to combat the so-called results of the election. One America's Jack Posobiec spoke with Kylie Kramer, the executive director of Women for America First, to hear more about their march in D.C. this coming week. Take a look.
All right, we are excited to welcome to One America News. It's Kylie Kramer, the executive director of Women for America First. Kylie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Jack.
So tell us, you have a big event planned for this Saturday, Washington, D.C. What's going on?
Yes, so we're so excited. You know, we didn't think that we would all be here after the election. It should have been over and done with. But, you know, the grassroots is rising up all across of America, and they're really upset about not only what is happening to President Trump because they feel like the election has been stolen from him, but they're also rising up because they want to protect the integrity of our votes. And every illegal vote that is cast disenfranchises a legal vote that is cast. So we have seen a grassroots movement of people from everywhere in the nation, a lot of people that have never been involved in politics, rising up and saying, we are getting involved and we are not going to allow this to happen. So we've held rallies in various states across the country up to this point, and now we will be going to D.C. next Saturday to hold a March for Trump to stop the steal and to demand transparency and to protect election integrity. Right, Jack. So I was the one that started the Stop the Steal group on Facebook. It grew to 365,000 people in less than 22 hours when Facebook shut us down. We were growing at a rate of 1,000 people every 10 seconds. I mean, it was crazy. It was like wildfire. I had no idea when I started it that it would take off like that. And when Facebook shut us down, not only did they shut off our communications directly with those people, but then MailChimp went in and disabled our account for Women for America First that we've had for years. They won't allow us access to the data. So we really have been hamstrung by big tech in order to communicate with our supporters, but we're seeing it everywhere, and it's really disheartening. So I implore everybody to take your phone out, text March or TrumpMarch.com. Send it to your friends, your family, go back to the old, archaic ways of just communicating directly peer to peer. And that's the way that we're going to get the word out. And let me tell you, last night I talked to a pecan farmer in South Georgia who called me and said, little lady, I just want you to know that I don't have I don't have texting or email or even a computer, but I know that thousands of people are going to be descending on DC to, support President Trump. And that was really inspiring. We're seeing that all over the nation. And big tech will not silence us or stop us. We're just moving right along. We've had to develop different ways to communicate, but we're going to do it, and we're going to support our president and protect our right to vote.
Yeah.
Wars! Info wars! Info wars! Info wars! Info wars! Info wars! Info wars!
So, as far as I'm concerned, if the American media wants to give us the exclusive on the American Revolution 2.0,
there you
and
go.
it wants to give you the exclusive on the American Restoration behind Donald Trump, and it wants to
Louisiana, Mississippi, into Florida. We'll turn north into Georgia, and we'll go up through the Carolinas into Virginia, where I will meet it in D.C. on Friday. And we're going to call for others to launch caravans around the nation, in the Midwest, in the South, and in the East Coast to D.C. Truckers are already announcing big strikes they're going to have, take over to D.C. this next weekend. So don't worry, President Trump, the cavalry's coming. You changed the world forever. And whether we're supposed to be like the Alamo and go forward and be destroyed in this fight, or whether we are victorious, it doesn't matter, because it's all before God, and God's looking down. And I laid out the future. I told them we tried to stop what was coming. I told them what was coming next, and they understood. And so this is going to be a lot easier now, because the enemy's going to be right out in the open. But for all the yuppies and all the trendies and all those that have signed on to Satan, the day I signed on with Donald John Trump, all I got was pain. But I knew that was the way to go. Just stay in your houses, just submit. Biden's going to be nice. Oh, he's going to be real nice. We must not comply. It's the final assault. It's the takeover, and it's here. And I believe in you. But put pressure on your governors. put pressure on your legislatures.
When there's nothing left but the fire in my chest and the air that fills my lungs, I'll hold my tears and trade my ears for a glimpse at kingdom come. On the other side of misery, there's a world we long to see. The strife we share will take us there to relief and sovereignty. Oh my God, we'll have our home again. By God, we'll have our home. By blood or sweat, we'll get there yet. By God, we'll have our home. In our own towns, we're foreigners now. Our names are spat and cursed. The headlines smack of another attack, not the last and not the worst. Oh, my fathers, they look down on me. I wonder what they feel to see their noble sons driven down beneath a coward's heel. Oh, my God,